Well, hello my little rays of sunshine. How are you all doing out there today? I'm Michelle the Introvert, and today you find me in a very busy kitchen. I have been very busy ever since early this morning. And you can probably notice that my kitchen looks quite busy. There's lots of things there, but I'll be cleaning this all up here soon enough. I have my water bottle handy. Notice the Wonder Woman logo. I keep this very handy on days when I'm extremely busy in the kitchen, and today is one of those days. And I have 2 cans of soup here. I've actually been making some shepherd's pie today, and I asked Joshua which one he would like for flavoring, mushroom soup or tomato soup, and he picked the tomato soup. And needless to say, that's already mixed in with my meat and my spices, so that's all taken care of. I'm making a shepherd's pie today and many other things. I actually have a small to-do list, things that I need to do today and tomorrow in my kitchen. And I am mostly finished the shepherd's pie. That's number 1, is shepherd's pie. I just have to put it in my casserole dish right now. Everything is cooked up individually, but it's time to put it in the oven to get that baking for a little while. Also this morning, early in the morning, this is number 2, I've been making some homemade ketchup, and there's my slow cooker there. Maybe I'll show you what my homemade ketchup looks like. It's done right now, it's just cooling down. Here it is, here's the homemade ketchup, and I started that very early in the morning to get that going. It takes about 4 or 5 hours approximately to make ketchup, and it's done. It's all cooked through. And I'm so thankful for my slow cooker. It does such a terrific job. So now it's just cooling down, and I'll put it in some containers. Put some of those containers in the freezer. And I'm so happy that this is completed. This is terrific. For number 3, I have pineapple that I have to do up. And I actually have 2 of those. There's one of them that I have to do up today. Get them all cut up, put them in containers, put them in the freezer. And the 4th thing that I would like to do today, which I've never done before, and that is, look what I have here. I have some peanuts in here. You know how curious I am. Here's a second one. Guess what I'm going to do, or at least try to do with these peanuts? I'm going to try to make some homemade peanut butter. Never done it before. I've watched videos on it, and it doesn't look too hard. And I actually have a little recipe on how to make peanut butter. So I thought, because I have such an adventurous spirit, very curious, very curious, I thought today would be a good day to use up these peanuts and make some peanut butter. So those are on the things that I want to do today. There's a couple things I want to do tomorrow, but I'll worry about that tomorrow. But today, these are my projects so far. There's my shepherd's pie. I have it all ready to go into the oven. Just waiting for the oven to heat up a little tiny bit more. And one of the advantages to having shepherd's pie, especially the way that I make it in particular, and that is I put in a lot of vegetables. I load it with vegetables. My family loves it when I cook it that way. And being the time of the year where gardening season, vegetable gardening season, spring is just around the corner, it is a great way to use up the vegetables that I grew in the garden last spring and summer, and the vegetables that I bought on sale, the vegetables that I picked up for a good price. It's a great way to use some of them up. I just put it right there in the shepherd's pie. There's still a few more things, of course, left in the freezer, but my shepherd's pie is a great way to use up those items that I want to clear out to make space for the upcoming vegetables that I'll be growing this spring. So I think the oven is ready to put the shepherd's pie in. Oh, and I forgot to mention I have my stock pot here. the water that I cooked all the vegetables in, I transferred to the stock pot. I took out some celery leaves and stalks that I had in my freezer, and they're all cooking very slowly here because I'm going to use that as a soup base. I'll drain it, of course, but what flavors come out of this pot are going to make a wonderful soup base. So I guess that's another project that I have on the go today. I just went to my freezer, my upright freezer, and took out some homemade rolls. There's 3 there. But I had remembered that I had these, and I thought they might taste nice with tonight's supper, the shepherd's pie. And I'm hoping that there'll be enough shepherd's pie for our supper tomorrow night too. But those look pretty good. Just using up what we have. Now it's time to do up the pineapple. Let's see if we can do this really quick. Now it's time for the last kitchen project for today. The homemade peanut butter. This should be interesting, I think. It doesn't have too many ingredients on here for homemade peanut butter. 2 cups of raw peanuts, half a teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of oil, and 1 tablespoon of sugar. And I have my food processor all ready to go right there. I just measured out 2 cups of peanuts from that Tupperware container right there. There's still one in the back, but we'll put this into the food processor. Next is half a teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, 1 tablespoon of sugar, and away we go. It looks interesting, my friends. First time making homemade peanut butter. And I put vegetable oil in there, but I think that you can use any kind of oil actually. This looks really interesting. How about we do a taste test? Here it is. I just put a tiny little bit of peanut butter on the spoon for the taste test. Let's give it a try. That's really good. That's really good. Really good. Oh my goodness. Much better than I expected, actually. I like it. It's really good. I'm actually kind of excited that it turned out. Now, it doesn't taste like Kraft peanut butter or Skippy peanut butter. It doesn't taste like that, but it's still really, really good. I'm amazed, yes. So I still have a few more peanuts to go through. I have this Tupperware container of peanuts, and I have this Tupperware container of peanuts to go through. So I'm just going to continue on making this peanut butter. I actually have a project for some of this peanut butter tomorrow. So I'm going to get this all done here today. And I have my shepherd's pie in the oven. I think it's almost done. I think I'll check on it right now. The shepherd's pie is doing wonderful. And I think it's time to take it out. It looks pretty much done. That's going to be really, really nice for tonight's supper and tomorrow night's supper. But I'm just going to let it cool down, and at supper time I'll just take what we need and put it in the microwave. Heat some supper up for Gerald, Joshua, and I. But I'm glad I got this done earlier in the day. I can get the dishes done, and by supper time everything in the kitchen will be tidied up. Looks pretty good. I'm happy with that shepherd's pie. I'm very happy with how everything has turned out so far today. It's been a very productive day. I'm so happy and thrilled about the peanut butter. Oh my, who would have thought? 10 years ago, if someone said, Michelle, you'll be making homemade peanut butter, I would have thought, what? What are you talking about? But here I am today, trying out things I've never done before. I guess maybe I'm just a little too curious of a person, but I'm having fun nonetheless. My friends, I'm going to see you tomorrow morning if that's okay. I'm going to continue on here, get all this completed, try to get it done before supper, and then I will see you in the morning if that's okay. The morning or the afternoon. We'll see you tomorrow.
The next day.
Here we are, it's the afternoon, and today has been a very, very productive day. I was quite busy with a peanut butter project this morning, and I'll just put my glasses on. What I made this morning, well, I'm still learning and I'm still in practice mode for some recipes, but what I worked on this morning are some butterscotch confetti squares. It's only my second time making these squares, and they still need a little bit more practice, but I'll get it eventually. I'll master it eventually. But that's what I worked on this morning, is some butterscotch confetti squares, and I'm glad that I made them. They taste really, really good, but practice always makes perfect. So now on to our final project that I'm working on this afternoon. Something, again, that I've never made before, but I thought it would be fun. And I have a recipe here for granola bars. And I have several ingredients to put in these granola bars. I have some apricots. I just have to cut these up. I bought these from Bulk Barn here in Canada. And I also have some seedless raisins to go in the granola bars. I probably won't use all of those ingredients up, but I just bought what I thought I could definitely use. These are dried cranberries, and these are butterscotch chips. I bought a little bit of everything, and some coconut. I have a little bag of coconut here, but in this container here, I have some bigger bags of coconut in case I need them. Oh, and also I have some honey, my little honey bear there, and some oatmeal, and of course the homemade peanut butter. So I'm going to get that started. It should be a lot of fun. I just completed the base of the granola bars, and I'll show you what I have in these bowls here in just a moment. But everything in each of these bowls is equivalent, and I'll show you what that looks like here in just a sec. Now, in the spirit of using up things in my cupboard, using up things in my fridge, freezer, pantry, well, in the spirit of using things up, I was definitely able to use up quite a bit of the honey that I've had in my kitchen cupboard here, because this granola bar recipe requires a bit of honey, and I've made this batch, well, definitely it's more than one batch. Multiply it by 4. Yes, a very large batch of granola bars. Gerald takes granola bars to work with him in the morning, and the prices of granola bars in the stores, like everything else, has gone up. So I thought it would be worth my while to give it a try and make some homemade granola bars. And I intend to freeze 90% of these granola bars and then have some on hand just in the cupboard or the fridge. So when we get the snackies, Josh can have some, I can have some, and of course Gerald can take whatever he wants at his leisure. But it's going to save us some money in the long run. So today I thought I'd make a huge batch, and I'm really happy I did. So how about I show you the base that I have in each of these bowls. So far, all of the bowls have the exact same ingredients. I have homemade peanut butter, honey, salt, vanilla, and oatmeal. And each bowl There's bowl number 1, bowl number 2, bowl number 3, bowl number 4. They all have the exact same amount of ingredients. They have the same ingredients in each bowl. So that is the base. Fairly easy, not too expensive. It's definitely going to help us out. In front of each bowl, I have the special ingredient that's going to set each one apart. In this green Tupperware bowl, I have the butterscotch chips. In this batch of granola bars, I have the apricots. That'll be going in that bowl. In the light green bowl, I'll be putting in the coconut. And in this last Tupperware bowl here, I have some dried cranberries. Each batch of granola bars requires an 8x8 pan, 8x8 inch pan, but I don't have any of those. So 2 batches are going to have to share one pan. So 2 batches will go in that larger pan, and 2 batches will have to share this second larger pan. And here's what the granola bars look like, all mixed together and put in each pan. So there's 2 batches here and 2 batches there. And this one here has the butterscotch chips. This one here has the apricots. This one here has the coconut. And this one here has the dried cranberries. So no baking, no cooking is required. I just have to put these in the fridge for an hour to let them cool down, and then I can cut them into squares and do a taste test for you all. The granola bars are nice and cool. I just took them out of the fridge, and I'll give you a little close-up here. I've got them cut into, well, some of them are rectangles, some of them are squares. So that's one of the pans, and there's obviously one section missing. I've got some here. And then this is the second pan here. Gerald is home from work, so there's a piece right there that's missing, and Gerald is actually eating that piece right now. So this is the second pan. Smells really, really good. Maybe I'll give you all a nice close-up from a different angle so you can get a better look. Ta-da! And here they are in all their granola bar glory. I'm happy with how they turned out. They look pretty good for a first time making granola bars. And I'll keep practicing too. There's lots of time to practice. And make other flavors as well. Blueberry, raspberry, different flavors can go in these. Now it's time for the taste test. And this one here, well, these 2 pieces here, these are the cranberry granola bars. You can see the cranberries. And I have my napkin handy. So let's try this out. Little crumb fell there. Okay. Whoop. Okay. Cheers. These are good. These are really, really good. past couple of days have been very, very productive. Making the shepherd's pie, which is something that I've made many, many times. And then trying out some new recipes, making peanut butter for the first time, and different bars and granola bars with that peanut butter, and using up things in my cupboard. It's been really a good couple of days. I'm happy with how the past couple of days have gone. And thank you all for keeping me company. It's such a joy to have you here. And if you like this vlog, please give me the YouTube thumbs up or press that subscribe button. That would be great. And I have more vlogs coming up, so stay tuned. And I'll talk to you all soon. Talk to you soon, my friends. Bye. Bye.